Living in a smaller city like Hilo in Hawaii, I see people and businesses come and go every year. It can seem quite transient at times, but I love being here even after over 20 years. I really do understand the temptation to relocate someplace that will somehow be better. Usually a larger city with more going on, like LA, New York, Nashville, or even Europe, Mexico, or South America. There will almost certainly be more businesses and customers there for you to choose from, but there will also be more competition with the hometown advantage on the other team's side. You'll be treading into uncharted waters with much bigger fish than you in the tank. Now, sometimes it really is necessary to be in a certain town for an actual position within a company or to be involved with a new production crew. I get it. Perhaps your spouse needs to relocate for a better job, or a family situation changes that simply requires for you to move. I've been there myself personally, and it really is a hard call to make. Sometimes you just got to go with the flow and move your family to potentially greener pastures to take care of business. But are you really going for the right reasons, or are you hoping that things will just somehow magically get better for you when you step off the plane and unpack that bag? That your phone will just start ringing more, or that more doors will just open for you to walk through? Just remember, like my father always used to say, no matter where you go, there you are. And all your baggage will still be waiting for you. Perhaps the real problem here is that you haven't actually marketed yourself or your company correctly, at least not so far. Or maybe the product or service you offer is subpar. No one really needs it, or the facility just isn't that attractive to clients anymore. Maybe it really needs some new improvements. Just think of the last time you had a lousy meal in a restaurant. Did you complain about it to the staff or management, or did you just simply walk away quietly and never go back again? Maybe you even told your friends about the terrible experience you just had there instead. Now, I'm sorry, but your business is not exempt here. So do try to make sure your customers are really pleased with their final product. Or do they need some small tweaks or edits to make them 100% happy? A few more hours spent fixing a problem is always time well spent, and sure beats negative feedback about your work. Always go that extra mile. A quick in-person follow-up call to check is always a great idea with every project completion. What no one is talking about is that owning all the right gear, having a great production studio, working with the best, most talented band and artists, having the best mix-down techniques, and the greatest video on YouTube, none of it will earn you a decent living without proper marketing and distribution. Just think about that for a minute. You would do better by getting a full-time job at the local Starbucks, full benefits, a regular paycheck, days off to spend time with your friends and family. Without a solid plan to utilize your skills and equipment, you're still in the same boat as the rest of us, trying to squeeze a dime out of the music business industry. Great gear will not produce a successful career in music or in the arts, so don't make music just to make it big. Just give up on that whole lousy idea, at least for the moment. I'm sorry, you're just not it. It's really like playing the lottery. It's alluring and exhilarating to play, but we all know that you'll never win. Just do it because you really enjoy the process. That feeling of accomplishment, the interaction with others, the instruments, the recording technology. Because you love sharing your art with others, even if they aren't paying you for it right now. Or perhaps working with or for others just to create something new and unique. So maybe drop that attitude, the more musically accomplished than thou sense of pride and ego. We're really all in the same boat here, in a world where no one really gives a damn about your new song, your entire body of work. Least of all, a world where anybody will pay you even 99 cents to purchase it. Who really knows what that next hit will be? That new artist that breaks through the barrier. Thinking that it'll be you is just not realistic and certainly not a good business plan. That's just vanity talking to you, an exercise in self-deception. So before dropping a bunch more money improving your studio, consider the end game for a second or two. The public or private release of your song or project. Does it really have any legs? Is there an audience for your material, and just who is that audience? Perhaps someone that needs your music for their production, their independent film, or maybe a new TV show, a video game or YouTube channel that just launched. Or perhaps background music for an ad or infomercial. Is anyone out there even checking you out? And if not, what are you doing? What are you spinning your wheels for? Working endless hours on a production that has no real outlet, no audience, no paycheck. Or worse, music that will never be heard or really appreciated at all. So maybe spend some of those creative hours focusing more on who needs you, who is willing to pay you for your product, your intellectual property, your unique brand. Focus your artistic energy like a laser beam on finding out not only your audience, but also on a way to put your music to work for you, just like you put in your time working for it. Will it really be earning you money while you sleep? And do you really need all that new, expensive equipment just to get your ideas out there in the real world?